everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are back on the bike, the Engwe Engine 2.0, or commonly known as the Green Goddess. The last time you saw me on this bike I was here, and obviously I have to get home, so it's the return journey back to Richmond Park where my car is parked. Obviously you know that if you watched the last one I was very disappointed with this cemetery, because them block of flats in front of us is where I used to live, and it was totally neglected, this cemetery. Now on the way home I had some issues. I had some technical issues with my camera, not the bike. The bike is absolutely perfect. I had some issues with the camera. The one on my chest just stopped working, the one that you're watching now. Now we are where the first X is, up there. Now I didn't realise the other camera had stopped filming until I got there, so that's where we're going to start from. And as you can see now, I'm just crossing the road, coming out of a turn in there, and I'm on the front camera, which is the Insta360 GO 3, by the way. It's a 2.7K camera, not like the Insta360 Ace Pro that's on my chest, which is a 4K camera, so obviously a little bit better. But I think it just overheated because I tried to put other batteries in it and nothing was working. It just wouldn't start, it wouldn't do anything. So we're on the front camera now, the one that's on my handlebars, and this is the view you get from that. I do prefer the other one where you can see the speedo and you can see my hands, whether they're braking and everything else, but this is, I think, quite watchable. And if you watched the last video you will know how much this camera was bouncing around at the front here. So I think the stabilisation on this camera is actually pretty good, but the noise of the bouncing around sometimes can be a little bit loud, but I think it's still quite watchable. Now I'm not going to go home, or back to Richmond Park that is, the same way. I'm going to go over Putney Bridge rather than Hammersmith Bridge. I do change my mind a little bit because I was going to go down the towpath on the other side of the river and go towards Hammersmith Bridge and go over that way, but I changed my mind and I just went through Putney to get back to Richmond Park. It was a lot quicker. And you got to remember, I'm new to this cycling stuff again, and I do need to build up my fitness levels before I go on a proper long journey. I think even though the bike is amazing, it does most of the work for me, or it helps me out quite a lot. So on the way I will be pointing out some interesting places, well, interesting to me anyway. I will be doing a couple of film locations, 70s films, by the way. One was 1978 and the other one was 1976, so quite a long time ago. And as we're riding around the streets of Fulham here trying to get close to the river, I will be showing you a very famous football club that is literally on the River Thames almost. A football team that I actually support and was a season ticket holder there as well, along with my son, but work commitments and all of that, we had to give our season tickets back. It didn't help much that they actually knocked down the stand to build a new stand right where our season tickets was. So yeah, that had something to do with it. And then obviously you get a new stand in your football club and the prices go through the roof because they've got to pay for it somehow, I suppose. Now there's a pub coming up on the right hand side called the Crab Tree. That pub gets very busy on football days because we're only round the corner from Fulham Football Club. In case you didn't know which club I'm talking about, it's Fulham Football Club. Yeah, that pub there is quite well known around this area. Now another thing about the journey we're taking today, obviously you couldn't do it in a car, because in true council fashion and London fashion as it is now, they don't want you to drive down these side roads. Oh no, you've got to go on the main road, the Fulham Palace Road, which obviously is chock-a-block most of the time, especially when it's match day. But you can't drive down these roads. They don't want you to drive down these roads, so they put bollards there. I don't get why they want congestion on the main roads though. I think I've already gone past two roads that were open many years ago, but now they've blocked them off so only cyclists and pedestrians can go down them. And there will be a few more as well that we come across. There is one just up here straight away. So even though I've only gone out a couple of times on this bike, I'm seeing the benefits already of cycling rather than using the car. Benefits like this here. You know, obviously you can't drive a car down here, but it is a cycling path. You know, these are all over London now, these little blocked off bits where only pedestrians and cyclists can go. You can get to the other side of this in a car, but it's a long way round the block, you know, it's a long way round. So with a bike, you can do this sort of stuff. So if you look further in the distance, you can see the floodlights of Fulham Football Club. Don't worry, we're going straight past it. We also have an encounter with a numpty that pulls out of one of these side streets. The thing is, when you cycle down a road like this and there's loads of restrictions for cars, certain people don't look. They just seem to think, well, there's no cars that drive down here because they're not allowed to. We're just going to pull out. And this guy does pull out, and the reason I do get pissed off with him is the fact that he didn't look because he was on his phone. He pulled over and he didn't indicate, again, because he was on his phone. You'll see this in a second, just before we get to the club. So now it's time to give you a clue on the film. The release date of this film was June the 6th, 1976. Now the release date was done on purpose. It was only released in this country on that particular date. In America it was released a little bit later. So we are looking over to the left now. As this guy just pulls out, I have to slow down, and I could see that he was on his phone. He didn't look. He did not look. He drives down here and then he pulls into the right hand side, and he still doesn't even see me. He doesn't know that I'm there. This, by the way, is listed. Fulham Football Club cannot do anything with the front of this building because it's listed, by the way. Can you see it here? Can you see it? He's chatting on his phone. Now I did wave and I gestured at that guy, but guess what? He didn't see it. He did not see it. He had his head in his phone. Just did not see it at all. That's how much concentration the guy was giving the road. Now this park to our right hand side is called Bishop's Park. Now the film in question, one of the clips is actually in this park. Another clip is just outside the park officially, sort of anyway. Yeah, so it's filmed in there. And guess what? Even on a bike, I cannot take you exactly to where it is because I'm not allowed to take a bike down there. I suppose I could have walked the bike down there, but because it's on the river and it's a nice little stretch down there, there is a cycle path, a designated cycle path that they take you, but it's away from where the filming location is. So I'm just going to sort of point you in the direction of where it is when we get in there. Now in America, this film was released on the 25th of June 1976. For some reason, they didn't want it being released on the 6th of June. Now the 6th of June is a big part of the film. It's also, believe it or not, my birthday. 6th of June is my birthday, and we are not talking about D-Day. It's not a film about D-Day, which is also on the 6th of June. Now this park, by the way, there's two different sort of parks either side, sort of play areas either side of me here. It was heaving. There was kids and parents everywhere. It was so nice to see a park properly used in this country, you know, properly used. It was so busy. So as we come round here, if I was going to take you to the filming location, I would actually go straight on just over to the right hand side here and go down the side of the river, because that's the River Thames obviously by the right of us here. I would go down there, but as you can see the sign, I'm not allowed down there. I've got to go down here and then turn right, and that is that's the cycle lane down there. It's got speed bumps on it as well, just to slow you down, just to take the fun out of cycling, you know. Now I'm pretty sure that most of you have got this already, this film, but if I was to say to you that another criteria that I fit into the bill here is my date of birth, 6667. Does that mean I'm a lucky devil like this guy? Yes, it was the Omen. Now I'm going to show you a little clip in a minute where Gregory Peck, the main star in it I guess, is over there to the right hand side on the towpath, and he's chatting to the vicar of the church that is further down this road here, which we will be visiting as well. So bear with us as we go and see this clip. Now as you can see, the River Thames right in front of us and Putney over there. We will be riding down there in a little while. That bit where all the rowing clubs are, we'll be going down there in a second, and as you can see the vicar there and Putney Bridge behind them. Now I have been getting quite a lot of criticism recently about doing doing videos like this because it is supposed to be a dash cam channel. Now, if you are just in it for the dash cam bits, that's fine. I haven't stopped doing them. It's just a little bit of variety. It's actually quite nice and refreshing. It gives me a little bit of a break from doing the dash cam stuff. And if you are just into the dash cam stuff, just look at the title. Look at the title of what the videos are all about. The dash cam stuff will always be UK bad driving and whatever volume it is. And all the other stuff will be stuff like this, the filming locations and everything else will have different titles. And a lot of people have been saying, just do another channel for the cycling stuff and everything else. It's sort of like, I haven't got the energy to do another channel. It's taken me such a long time to build this up. I don't really want to start from scratch again, you know, so I think we can actually share the channel, you know, the filming locations, the cycling and the dash cam stuff. Everything will be on that description and in the title. So that's all you got to do is look out for the title, which one suits you. Obviously, I would want you to watch everything I do. And the thing is, if I started a new channel, the offers wouldn't be there that I get now. Because I've done that one review on this bike that I'm riding now, I've had several more offers of people wanting me to do their e-bike reviews. Now, I know it says that the pedestrian stuff is closed down here, but this is the cycle lane. You would go this way to get over Putney Bridge coming from this area. You would go straight under the bridge, and then you bear off left, and then you come round and you'll be on the correct side of the road to go over the bridge. And I just wanted to make sure that where it is, and obviously I cannot go round there, so I'm a bit foobard to actually do it the way I would do it. So I'm going to go down here. I know it said the footpath is closed down here as well, but I'm only coming down here to show you the bridge and the view of the bridge here. And the bridge looks incredibly clean, unlike the Thames. The Thames just looks like dirt, doesn't it? Look at how dirty that water is. But the bridge, look at it, it's absolutely spotlessly clean. Just down the road from where Hammersmith Bridge is, where they've just let it fall apart and neglected it. Now, there is a set of stairs that I can go up to be on the correct side of the road on Putney Bridge, but I changed my mind what I was going to do, and I'm going back to where we just come from just to show you the church that was in the Omen. Plus, I didn't really fancy carrying a 40-kilo bike up some stairs, to be honest. So I decided to go back under here, and just when we get to the other side of this little tunnel here, over to the right-hand side is the church that was used in the Omen. Yes, so this week I have received yet another e-bike to review. So my nickname is now changed from 2-Ton Tony to 2-Bike Tony. So as we come through the gate here, this church right in front of us is where this happened. I can't play the music where the priest is running through his own churchyard and he can't get in, he's locked out. And then this happens. Ah! Ouch, yeah, that's going to hurt in the morning, isn't it? So we're going to go out these gates here, and we're obviously on the wrong side of the road. We want to be on the other side of the road to go over Putney Bridge. There is a crossing just to the left-hand side, which I will use. Now, there is sort of like a bike lane here. I know it doesn't show it or anything, but if you go to the crossing, it will tell you that there is a bike crossing as well on this crossing. So I'm just guessing that this is a bike lane as well, or it used to be before they put the one to the right-hand side here. If you look across the crossing there, you can see when I pull the bike round a bit that there is a bike on the ground there, painted picture of a bike. So bikes must be able to cross it, although it's pretty poorly marked out if you can do it the way I did it there. Now we better get back to the second film location now, because it's only just across the bridge here. Now this was a TV series and they made 2 films. This one is the second film. It must have been an absolute flop. Load of noise. Listen to all that noise. You know you're in London, don't you? Now, this is the second film, and it must have been an absolute flop because it made £65,000 at the box office. That's all, 65 grand. That's what I'm reading from these database things. 65 grand. I actually thought it was a decent film, not brilliant, but a decent film. Now, the name of this film is Cockney Rhyming Slang, and the name of the TV series is also the same name, is Cockney Rhyming Slang. It's a department in the police force. Now if my mother's watching this, you might want to look away now, because when I go into the road I stay in the outside lane all the way over Putney Bridge, because I am turning right at the end of this road. Now the thing is, I've slowed this down because I want to show you a couple of idiots coming towards us on bikes. Why is the outside one not in the lane? They got a bike lane there, but they're there slowing everything up. Look at the traffic behind them, caused by one idiot that won't get in the lane. Anyhow, we're turning right up here, which is Lower Richmond Road. Just as we turn right is where the clip will start for this film that we're talking about. Now, both of the leading characters in this film, or the leading actors I should say, are both dead now. They've both passed, and their names in this particular film are Jack and George. Now we're concentrating on the road now. This car in front of me, he doesn't want to turn right, but he's not waiting in all that traffic as he swaps lanes. That cyclist to the left hand side, there's a red light coming up. Cyclists don't do red lights. Well, this cyclist does. I mean me, not him. So as we get to this red light and we go in the cycling box, we have a very confused Birkin and Merc behind us that's going straight on, but it goes in the bus lane. It's a 24-hour bus lane. Watch this first car go. Look how long that's been green. He's gone. Look how long it takes for the second car to get past. What's he doing? Phone maybe? Where is he? There he is. He's in the bus lane. Made a mistake. Got to come out. But if there's a camera there, that's about an £80 fine you've got there, matey, just for being confused and stupid. Now, we're getting very close to where we're going to start the clip from 1978 film. The Cockney rhyming slang is Sweeney Todd Flying Squad. I'm sure you all know it now. It's the Sweeney, but the Sweeney number 2. Now we are going to turn right where they do in the film, right down the Putney embankment. Bear with us as I'm just going to pause it here and we're going to play it from 1978 now. Yeah, that's the road we're pretty much on now, and we will be turning down there. It's changed quite a lot. As you can see, there's room enough to park there. Not anymore. They've stopped you parking there. And the tax disc on his car there, 1978. And look at this. He gets out of the car to make a phone call. Yeah, there was no mobile phones back then. I don't think that kid is an extra. I think he's just walking past. We're looking round there. See that old Rover there? My dad used to have one of them. Lovely car that was. Now, the one thing I did notice about this, and I'm sure some of you would have picked up on it if you know this road, or you were just really paying attention to the road design, the road layout there, you would notice that this road is one way. So why is that car facing the opposite direction? Yes, bad policeman, bad policeman. It should not be facing that way. Yes, it's one way then, and it's one way now, except they've moved the bollards. See the bollards? They've shortened the road off, and there's no bollard there, but you can, or should, only drive down it from the way we're going in. So as we come round here, there's a lot of films that have been filmed down here, mainly TV series. Minder was another one that's been down here, with Dennis Waterman again, when his Capri kept breaking down this very road. The Sweeney that we're talking about, Sweeney 2, they got into another car a little bit further down the road later on in the film. So this little bit of road here it's been on the telly loads of times. It's obviously the same place as where the Oxford and Cambridge boat race starts at Putney Bridge, back there. Now the one thing I did notice in a lot of the comments about doing these bike videos is that they're too long, and I do agree. So we're not going to go all the way to Richmond Park with this one. I'm going to stop it fairly shortly and then do a part 3 of getting home, because I think nearly an hour of doing this can be a little bit boring. Plus I've got to find something to say for nearly an hour, and trust me, it's bloody hard work to think of things to say for an hour without having a conversation with someone, without answering questions and stuff like that. Maybe I should do these on a live bike ride, you know, instead of a live drive, do a live bike ride. But then I haven't even done a live drive for a while. It is just finding the time to do it, and getting Sarah as well, because everyone likes Sarah reading the questions and me answering, and her answering as well. Yes, it's tying us all up at the same time. Now the thing is as well, my camera started to play up in a few seconds now, and I went down this road to the left hand side, but the camera didn't pick it up. It just went around about here, and the next time you see me, I'm further down this road again, and I'm here, and then I noticed that the camera was off, and where I went, I wanted to show you because it's an important thing. We have been down this road before, and when I noticed the camera wasn't filming, I gave it a stern talking to and a bit of a slap, and then it came back on again, and then it worked. The one on my chest just didn't work at all, just went kaput. It works fine now, so it must have overheated, the one on my chest. But where we're going to now, we've been there before fairly recently. Festive Road, number 52 Festive Road. It's the home of Mr. Ben, or the made-up character Mr. Ben. The creator of it lived in number 54 next door, and he wrote it and made Mr. Ben his next door neighbour. Now, the reason we're going back to this, because we've been here not that long ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. The guy that did the voice of Mr. Ben passed away. Old Ray Brooks. Some of you might know him from different things, but yeah, he was the voice of Mr. Ben. It's that blue house there on the right hand side. That was the house that Mr. Ben was supposed to live at there, and the creator of it lived next door, number 54. Now, I've got to admit, I didn't know it was Ray Brooks that did the voiceover for this guy. I knew Ray Brooks from other stuff, like the Carry On film, Carry On Abroad, where he played the Spanish waiter who gave June some champagne and some Spanish sausage, shall we say. Some extra large Spanish sausage to make her lighten up a little bit. He was also in EastEnders, where he told Dot to shut your mouth. But the one thing I really remember him from is this Big Deal, the compulsive gambler. That's the one I remember him in more than any of the others, to be honest. So we're going to get to the end of this road now, and then we're going to call it a day, and then it will be part 3 in the next one. Otherwise, they just go on for too long, obviously, because I'm not riding that quick, and an hour of me waffling on while there's nothing interesting going on is a bit too much. But if you have stayed to the end, thanks very much, and let us know that you got to the end again. I'm always much appreciated to that. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.